Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Rana Ravi from Committee on MSME and Startup. I would like to welcome our speaker, CA Vishal Thapa sir, and our coordinator, CA Raghuvans Lal Bajpai sir, for today's Patsala series. Bajpai sir, over to you, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you, Mr. Rana, for giving me this wonderful opportunity to interact with our fellow members. Good afternoon. In absentia of the chairman of the committee, Sri Gyanchand Mishra ji, today's learned speaker, Sri C. Vishal Thapa, fellow members and dear participants. I, C.R.L. Bajpai, on behalf of the committee of the MSME and Startup of the Institute of Chartered Accountant of India, welcome you all in 67th webinar on MSME Patsala. The focus of today's session is highly significant, latest reforms in MSME sector and opportunities for the chartered accountant in MSME sector. We all know MSME are the growth engines of the Indian economy, contributing substantially to the GDP, export and employment. With evolving government policies, financing avenues, digitalization and compliances framework, this sector is undergoing rapid transformation. For us as a chartered accountant, it opened up new dimensions of the professional opportunities as an advisor, as an auditor, and strategic partner to the entrepreneurs. With the objective of capacity building of MSME and startup, the Institute is responsive to emerging the challenges of MSME and startups and constitute a committee on MSME and startup. We are blessed to have a dynamic chairman of the committee on MSME and startup, CA Gyanchand Mishra ji, who is instrumental in taking the various initiatives, including the MSME, ICI MSME Startup Conclave 2025 in Mumbai, organizing the MSME Rath Yatra, organizing the series of the webinars, MSME Patsala. Till date, we have successfully completed 66 webinars on MSME Patsala, and today we are hosting 67th webinar of this series. So, lot of appreciation and congratulations to the whole team of the committee for their commendable job. Although sir is not present here, but I think confirmation came that he will join later. So let us take a few moments to introduce our distinguished speaker, CA Vishal Thapa ji. Vishal Thapa ji is a chartered accountant and the commerce postgraduate from Delhi University. He is a co-founder of the Tax Talk India, a platform popular for providing the regular professional updates and creating the awareness of the professional rights and duties. He is a managing partner in RHBP and Company and head its audit, project financing and MSME startup verticals. He is a guest faculty in National Academy of the Direct Taxes, Ministry of Finance, Government of India. He has been appointed by the President of ICI as a co-opted members of the CMIV Committee of the ICI for the period 2023-24 and 24-25 respectively. He has also been actively working with the numerous MSME and startup to assist them in registration and approvals with the DIC and DPIIT to kick-start their business and end-to-end solution to them. With this, I welcome to our learned speaker, CA Vishal Thapa ji, to deliberate on this topic. Over to you, sir.
Thank you so much to Bajpai sir for such a warm welcome, I must say. And first I would like to kudos to the IC and MSME and Startup Committee in the absentia of Gyanchand Mishra sir. And of course, the dedicated team of IC MSME Committee who is working, in the back end who is running all the programs. I can see today we are having 67th MSME Pathshala series.
Yes, sir.
66 program has already been done,
Already been
and
conducted.
today we are doing 67th.
Hmm.
So you all welcome to all the participants here who are part of the 67th Pathshala series. So MSME committee I have seen and done a lot of programs in the whenever there is any program related to MSME committee is always ready to initiate any kind of program. So I would like now start my deliberation directly my deliberation since we have to close it by 4 p.m. Technical team, please allow me to share my screen.
Technical support team, make him co-host.
You, I can't share my screen. Okay, yes. Okay. Let me know if my screen is visible.
No, it's visible, sir.
Yes.
Okay. And sir, please, team, अगर मेरी voice बीच में interrupt हुई तो please let me know. I am in the area where there is some network disruption. Might be my voice or video can be interrupted. Please let me know if I missed anything. Thank you very much. So, friends, today we will discuss all about MSMEs and MSMEs latest reforms and how we as a chartered accountant are growth gears for MSMEs. How we can actually guide our clients and actually contribute to the nation building through promoting and guiding proper the MSME sectors. So friends, we will briefly discuss first the MSME, what is MSME and what are our latest developments in MSMEs. Then we will discuss about the latest opportunities, the future era of I4CA members in emerging sectors in MSME sectors, how we can earn money and good clients, and uh, apart from this compliance practice, how we can do good in MSME sector, how we can make a new practice in this MSME sector, and at last, we will discuss the latest, changes in tax audit reports and disclosures in financials in the latest for FY 24-25. We will discuss all this. So let us start with if you see in my screen, ICAI MSME. What ICMSME says. We are always faster and reliable. A substantial portion of CAs is spread across the country, practicing as members in practice. The accounting profession has a deep reach and connects to the MSME sectors. Now you focus here. Are a trusted financial advisor of MSMEs, providing a variety of services, including project financing, working capital management, asset management, export promotion advice, budgetary forecast, financial modeling, preparing standard operating procedure, assessing the design and operating effectiveness of internal control. Dear friends, you see what these are the services. These are the basic services or some of the services that the as a chartered accountant is giving. We are servicing. We are giving service to MSME sector. And believe me, like the soldier is never off duty, same way the chartered accountants are never off duty. Chartered accountants are working day and night with MSME sector. Actually, like MSMEs are the backbone of of our GDP of our economies. Likewise, chartered accountants are the backbone for the growth of MSMEs and startup sector. Believe me, guys. So let us, with this thought, let us move further and discuss about this MSME. Friends, even I learned daily. I learn something new in MSME sector. I I work both with MSME and non-MSME clients, and I work with MSME sector. I learn something new because there are a lot of schemes. Even there are a lot of schemes which we can't cover in a whole day of the webinar or the seminar. There are a lot of stuffs. You have to see where your client is falling or what you want for your client. So there is a lot of opportunities and lot of scheme subsidies available. You have to see what is applicable to you. We will discuss few schemes here in today's webinar. So let's. I will tell you the brief organization structure of this MSME. In the in the top there is Ministry of MSME, who is currently holding or looking cabinet minister by Shri Jitan Ram Manji, who is from Bihar. His email ID is also there. Then there is Minister of State of MSME. Then there is Secretary, and then there are different offices, additional DCs, Director DDCs, cluster heads. Then there are four very common and very popular autonomous bodies like KVIC, Khadi Village Industry Commission. This is, and then there is Square Board, which has head office in Kerala, and NSIC is there, which has head office in New Delhi. Then MGIRI, Mahatma Gandhi Institute for Rural Industrialization. These four entities are, autonomous body, which is and this is central body, not state specific. Like KYC is central body, and there is KYB, which is state board. In every KVIB work with KVIC to implement the policies framed by the MSMEs. Then there are state field support offices of MSMEs, you can see in your respective state. Okay, this was the brief about organization structure of MSMEs. Now I will tell you, friends. See, if you say that you are MSME, for MSME, how will you how the government, how the stakeholder will see that you are MSME, either you are micro, small, medium, which in which category you are falling. That will be derived from his Udyam registration certificate. So Udyam Restraint Certificate, you see, I have given the screenshot of the portal, which is not that later, but it is latest updated by 18 June 2025. If you see, there is total sir, registration of MSMEs is 6.48 CR, 6 crore 48 lakhs units are registered in Udyam portal. Out of which you can see micros are 6.42 CR, small are 4.75 lakhs, and medium are 35,000 approx. So this is the this is the I can see the numbers of MSME registered so far in the Udyam portal, and you can see friends, there is one is Udyam registration, and basic there is another, government has recently launched this Udyam Assist platform. This is informal sector, and this is Aadhaar based registration. This is especially for street vendors or some small vendors who have very small businesses. So they are also allowed to register in Udyam portal, so that bank can give them some kind of a small amount of funds. So this is the total overview of Udyam registration, numbers. If you see, friends, we can see in the diagram in the chart share of manufacturing, services, and trading. Friends, if you see in the trading, 45% are registered as trading. Trading earlier was not allowed to register in Udyam. Now, with effect from 2021, they were allowed. Then manufacturing are 20% and services are 35%. You can see the distribution of micros, small and medium. Micros are, the huge number is of micros. Small are, very smaller. Medium are very small, around 35,000 something are the medium. You can see the charts diagram. Next, we will move further about MSME sector. How MSMEs are contributing, and what impact is MSME sector are bringing to the Indian economy. You see, friends, in the GDP of 22-23, 30% was contributed by MSME sector. 36% of the total manufacturing output was given by the MSME sector. And out of total exports, friends, see, this is how big this percentage is. 45% of the total export is by MSME sector. So can you see, friends, how big MSME is generating GDP for the Indian economy. That's why India and this Ministry of MSME has given a lot of preferences to MSME units. Likewise, our institute has also, there is a separate committee of the institute which is looking after for MSME and startup related for to implement the policies of the government of Ministry of MSMEs. CS are doing that, helping government end to end, neck to neck for implementing those policies, because MSMEs are contributing a lot for the contributing a lot for the Indian economies and GDPs. Let's go further, friends. This is very important. This is very important. This definition of MSME, this was changed in the recent notification 21st March 2025. The definition of micro, small, medium was changed. Then this is very important, because if you see, if you when we today, if we like we are preparing balance sheet for 24-25, and we have to disclose in the 3CD clause 22 and 26 related to MSMEs disclosures. So my first question is to you is which figures, which limits you will check for reporting of MSME units in this financials of 24-25. Friends, for this financial 24-25, you have to check limits of as on 31st March 2025, which is, you can see my this first side of the column before 31st March 25 for the micros. And friends, see both the condition we have to fulfill for checking this whether which category we are falling. For investments, earlier limit was 1 CR and now it has been revised to 2.5 CR.
Mm.
Same for the turnover, earlier limit was 5 CR, then it is revised from 1st April 25, 5 CR to 10 CR. Then for continuing in small category, you have earlier limit was 10 CR, now it's been revised to 25 CR. Turnover was 50, now it's revised to 100. And medium was investment was 50 CR, now it's been revised to 125 CR. And turnover earlier was 250 CR for medium, and now it's been revised to 500 CR. So friends, if you see broadly, for up at what limit is you can stay in this MSME sector. If your turnover is below 500 CR and investment is below 125 CR, you can remain in the category of MSMEs for all the benefits which has been notified by the government to take this benefits, all the benefits that is been covered under the MSME Act. So we have to take care of these limits, because if you see, friends, if you're any of the client was has attained any loan earlier, like CGDMSA limit was only up to 5 CR. We will discuss this. Now the limit has been increased. If earlier his turnover was exceeding 250 CR, he was not allowed for any kind of the schemes. So now you see your this scope has been expanded. Now your more clients are covered in this MSME categories. Okay, let's move further. Now we
So,
will see the
Vishal ji,
broadly the
एक request है. If any member is having any query, please post your queries in the chat box so that we can take up at the end of the session.
yes,
हाँ.
please.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Please continue.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Okay, now we will discuss friend investments in MSMEs. Friends, in what is the definition of investments? If you see friends, investment there is different definition for manufacturing sector and service sector. For manufacturing sector, investment include cost of only plant and machinery, or and that plant machinery which is actually used for production process, not for non-production process. See, if you have plant and machinery which is for for packing purpose or something else or other stuff, that will not be included. Only the plant and machinery which is used for the cost of for the use for the production process. For service sectors like chartered accountants, we are also allowed to register in this ODM portal. For us, for doctors, for engineers, what will be part of our cost of investment? See, cost of equipment will cover the only cost of equipment will be there for service sectors such as computers, servers, diagnostic tool like for doctors. So for chartered accountants, computers and servers we can can be will be computed will be considered for computing the value of investments. So if we talk about turnover in MSMEs, what comprises of turnover? See friends, turnover includes the sales of goods and services, and also one very important export revenue. If you're doing an export, that is not included in the definition of turnover. Okay, friends. So we will discuss more on this. See, if you see the plant machinery, how it will be computed. So plant and machinery will be gross value of investment in plant and machinery as per the audited accounts. Ministry or that local MSMEs may ask for the certificate in case if वैसे तो it's is the this process is all online process. They track this investment, this amount of plant and machinery and turnover. They fetch directly from your GST and income tax portal. But still, in case of any ambiguity or any confusion, they can ask certificate to be issued by your chartered accountant for actual amount of plant and machinery invested in your business. Also, ministry has also clarified that for computing the investment in plant and machinery, the purchase value of plant and machinery is to be reckoned and not the book value. Okay. So let's move further. So meaning of plant and machinery and equipment. This shall has been same as assigned to the plant and machinery in the income tax rules. The investment also includes only tangible assets. Only tangible assets has to be included. This goodwill, intellectual property, IPR will not be included in the cost of plant and machinery. And also this will exclude the cost of land and building and furniture and fittings. Only plant and machinery will be considered. Now, if I see the investment in plant and machinery for this wait, folks. Okay. Okay, so investment in plant and machinery, as I already told you, will be fetched from ITRs of the previous year returns and the GST. For the first year, it is self-declaration basis, whatever figure you will put. From the next year, when you file your ITR and GST, that figures will be directly fetched from your returns. I already said that export turnover will be excluded from this calculation of turnover. This we have already discussed. Next, so, friends, the very important question arises here that what happens if turnover or investment exceeds the limit? Many of the MSME clients or CS ask this question. Then see, if you see my screen, Udyam portal fetches real-time data. I also already told you. The enterprise automatically. So, friends, whenever you exceed the limit, which I had discussed in my previous slide, whenever your enterprises has exceeded that threshold limit, your category will automatically move to higher category, like from micro to small, small to medium. If it exceeds both medium threshold, then it exits MSME status. If you cross the investment exceeding 125 CR and turnover greater than 500 CR, you will exit your MSME status automatically. And there is one very very important point here, which is actually the transition period. Uh, if like let's suppose if your one of the client is has just crossed the threshold limit of 500 cr or 125 cr of investment, like suppose in this September 2024, then what it as per the rule 7 of MSME classification rules, then up to 31st March 2025, it will be considered as MSME category. From the next year, he will be automatically be his Udyam will be removed. His MSME registration number will be removed from the Udyam portal, and it will not be allowed for the MSME benefits. So up to that particular financial year, he can enjoy the benefits of MSME. So this was as per the rule 7 of MSME classification. And friends, MSME status can upgrade automatically based on government database integration, ITR, GST. But for compliance and from, I would recommend you to please check your clients' turnover and investments. You should see the balance sheets, whether the right amount has been reflected in the value of plant and machinery. Have they any wrong classification in fixed assets? You have to see. So see the relevance of the classification in the fixed assets. If you have, the part of plant and machinery you have that capitalized somewhere else, then it might you may the client may enjoy the benefit of MSME, but either he but he was not allowed. So you have to check the correct reporting and classification of the value of the assets of the capitalization that he has done in his books of accounts. So you have to and also check with this regular whenever this financial year ends the balance sheet. What status should be what status either he is micro, small, or medium. If his category has not been updated in Udyam, you should update him with the Udyam portal. Friends, implication of losing MSME status. Yes, of course, the enterprise completely exits MSME eligibility. It loses, access to benefits like collateral-free loans, interest subvention schemes, priority lending from banks, government procurement. You know, this status update Udyam portal. Now we will. Now you can see the size of MSMEs that we have already covered in the earlier slide. So, friends, what is MSME Act? Uh, Actually, the MSMED Act was enacted in June 2006. So actually, it was to promote, support, and facilitate the growth and competitiveness of micro, small, and medium enterprises. Friends, total sections in the MSME Act is 1 to 32. It's a very small act. You can easily, learn, or you can easily this you can read the whole act in 1 or 2 hours. In 1 hour, I can say the whole act. So only the 32 sections are there. So why it was needed? MSME lacked a unified. There was not a proper, regulatory framework to regulate the MSME industries. As you have seen, the how it is, is contributing to the major contribution as done by the MSME sectors. So it was need for to prepare separate MSME Act so that we can empower our MSMEs. Key objectives are basically the legal recognition of MSMEs, establish a ecosystem for promotion and development of enterprises, encourage ease of doing business for smaller units, enhance access to finance markets and infrastructure, to protect MSMEs from delayed payments as well. This is very important. We will discuss in the next slide. So key provisions, if you see, of the MSME Act, the basic is this Udyam registration, then there is delayed payment, which is covered in the section 15 to 24, which we will cover in the next slides. That how at what time the payment has to be done by the non-MSME to MSME. And this there is a separate board also for MSME Apex Advisory Board, and there is a procurement preference policy also. Like for the all government departments, 25% of the total procurement has to be done from the MSME sector only. Out of that, 4% is for reserve categories and women-owned enterprises. So these are the basic facts of the about the key provisions of the MSME Act. This we have already covered about the governance and institutions covered in the MSMEs. Now, if you see, friends, this impact of MSME, 6.4 CR, 4 CR were already registered in MSMEs. This we have already covered. Around 15 CR jobs MSMEs are, generating for this unemployed youth. You must say 15 CR is huge numbers. So if you see, friends, this Udyam portal, it was launched in 1st July 2020. Earlier, it was on the basis of a Udyog Aadhaar. Then it was migrated to Udyam portal. Now, finally, right now, if we do fresh registration, we have to directly register ourselves to the Udyam portal. Importance, friends, this is very important. Importance of Udyam registration portal. If you see what is the importance, excuse me. Friends, if you register in the Udyam portal, first of all, legal recognition as an MSME, enable access to collateral free loans you can get. See, friends, benefits you will only get if you are registered in Udyam in the MSME this Udyam portal. If you are not registered in the Udyam portal, you are MSME, but you will not be considered as MSME. You have to compulsory registration. If you are enrolled in the Udyam portal, then only you will be able to encash all the benefits like participation in government tenders. So Udyam is mandatory for it. Delayed payments protection will be only given to you if you are registered in this Udyam portal. And it's also helping integration with GST income tax and GEM portal. There is TREDS portal trades. We will discuss in the next slide how we can take benefit of these trades. And ISO reimbursements, this NECL EBG concept has been recently launched that we will discuss. That all benefits you can get only if you are registered in Udyam portal. Now let's move further. Who can register on Udyam? See, friends, there are many doubts. Sometimes people ask whether trust or societies can also register in Udyam. Yes, you can register in Udyam, and even the chartered accountants can register in the Udyam portal. Partnership firm, HUA, proprietary, all these entities can be registered in Udyam, subject to that threshold limit. Next, you can see Udyam registration process. You can go to the website udyamregistration.gov.in. There is no documents that has to be uploaded. Only the like we fill the ITR as per the figures, as per the self-assessment. Same you can do this Udyam registration. Whatever figures they ask, whatever the information they ask, you can easily fill that, and you can get your Udyam registration within 5 minutes. See the beauty of this portal. Now, if you see MSME benefits, friend, this is very important. If you see the slides, many in the industrialists and chartered accountants professionals are in doubt that what benefits are there for Udyam as a manufacturing and services and MSME as a retail, as a trading sector. Friends, government has allowed this trading sector also for register in this Udyam portal with effect from July 2021 for only prime priority sector lending purposes only, not for other benefits. So if you see this, I have categorized and the differentiate the both for traders and manufacturing units. If you see the manufacturing and services, you can see the second definition of MSME Act. It is recognized, and for trading sector, it is partially recognized. Access to government schemes, full access for government or manufacturing and service sector. But for trading sectors, there are no subsidies available for this trading sector under MSME. Collateral free loan is also for only manufacturing and service sector, but for some segments, this banks are giving this collateral free loans under CGTMSE for trading sector also, but only few, depending upon the credibility of of their trading unit. Also, subsidies and incentives all are for manufacturing services, not for trading. Even if you see this skill development tech program, statutory compliance benefits, everything is for manufacturing and service sector. There is a major doubt and ambiguity. You see, if your client is an like in manufacturing sector or trading sector, if you purchase some goods from any vendor gives him the certificate of Udyam. So you have to see whether that for this 43B clause also, whether that vendor is manufacturing unit or service sector or trading unit. If the vendor is in trading sector, you are not allowed to disallow that in 43BH. That 43BH provision is only for micro, small, and also that too only for manufacturing and service sector. So this is very important. Some I have seen the practical questions. Some like if my client is doing some business, but my vendor, I know my vendor is trading sector, but he has taken this wrong Udyam registration in this manufacturing and service category. So that you can complain if you have that proper proof. So for to, but you have to prove it that he is actually trading, not on manufacturing and service. So these all are practical issues that we all are facing. So next, if you see the trademarks, friends, there are the specific benefit in trademark also. If you are the partnership firm or LLP or company, the normal trademark fee is 9 to 10,000. But if you are registered with Udyam, if you go with the Udyam, you are getting direct 50% discount or 50% relaxation for paying the government fee. This is the benefit of Udyam portal. Let's discuss this. Very important. I have 3 4 slides on this. Key supply chain finance. This is also one of the opportunity for you. You can guide your clients on this about this key supply chain finance solution for MSMEs. If you see, there are 2 3 kind of facilities available. One is receivable solutions, which involve monetizing corporate receivables, which are amount due from their buyers. These solutions help companies optimize their working capital by converting credit sale into instant working capital. We will discuss this in the next slide in the diagram. Then payable solution is there. Then if you see, friends, popular SCF, that supply chain facilities offered by financial institutions are, there is dealer finance facility, which bridging the gap between dealers and suppliers. There is vendor finance facility. There is trade receivable trades portal is there, which is especially for MSMEs. Then there is sale bill discounting, then purchase bill discounting. Now let's discuss these SCF facilities offered by financial institution. If any of your client is facing issue of the working capital and the banks are not able to give him any CC limit or CC limit or any kind of to finance his working capital, you can guide your client to take benefit of these facilities available in the market. If you discuss this dealer finance facility, so what happens, you see that in the whole transition, what happens is first step is, there is 3 parties. First is supplier, that is large corporate. And the second is buyer. Let's suppose your client is buyer, who is a dealer of a large corporate unit. Okay. And there is third parties financer. If your client has purchased some, you know, some stock items from this large corporate buyers, he don't have money to pay immediately, and but large corporate buyer immediately wants money. So what will happen? First, supplier supplies goods to the buyer, your client. Then, financial institutes makes an upfront payment to the supplier on behalf of you. Then after the due date, let's suppose 60 days, 30 days, whatever the credit period is there in your agreement, you have to pay directly full amount to the financier, that is banks or NBFC, it can be anyone in the case. So in these kind of facilities, dealers, distributors, and retailer, it is mostly done in these cases. Also, primary objective is to finance inventory purchase. Your cash cycle for the dealers can be improved by these facilities. So this finance is typically initiated by the corporate. जो इस केस में हमारे केस में जो मेन जो द लार्ज कॉर्पोरेट जो है जो अपनी डीलरशिप दे रहे हैं वही इस फैसिलिटी को अरेंज करा के अपने डीलर्स को देता है so that dealers don't have to rely too much on the bank's financing. So these facilities easily available. You can avail this. Next is vendor finance facility. It is a vendor finance facility. In this case, you see, in this case here, it allows vendors to bridge the gap between supplying goods and receiving payments from large buyers. Here in this case is large buyer is, a large corporate buyer. So what happened? Like in these transaction, there are three things. First is supplier, seller, vendor. Second is buyer, who is a large corporate, and third is financier. Let's suppose your client is supplier, seller, normal, a small MSME unit. He's selling goods to a large corporate buyer. But buyer, the large corporate buyer, he pays, he has standard, terms of buying the goods from you. Let's suppose he wants 45 days credit period. So, but you need immediately money. You have a shortage of working capital. So you will, there is one in between, there is financer. You're asking that you pay me on behalf of my buyer. So on the second day of the delivery of goods, the bank financer will pay to your client directly. And once the due date is over, that then that amount has to be repaid to that the buyer. So this kind of loan arrangements are there in the market where you can meet your working capital needs. You have to see, what kind of requirement is there for your client. Next, there is Trades Portal. Friends, please focus on this. This is very practically many of our MSME units are using this. We are suggesting them to register in this RXIL portal, M1 Exchange, Invoice Mart. You can explore these portals. What happened here is Trades. It is an innovative online platform that enables MSME to receive quick and easy financing against their trade receivables. Let's say your client is MSME unit. Here there is some condition. We will discuss in the next slide. What trades you have to register in this Trades portal. Popular this exchange platforms are M1 Exchange, RXIL, Invoice Mart. So how it works? Basically, for this Trades portal, MSME suppliers upload an invoice issued to corporate. That means in this Trades portal, in this Trades financing, your buyer should be corporate buyer. Okay. Your client MSME can be corporate, non-corporate, but the buyer should be corporate buyer. Buyer must have accept the invoice on the platform. You just have to upload the invoice in the platform. Buyer will accept it. Then there are many financiers in that Trades portal, banks, NBFCs, big corporates. They bid on that invoice. MSME in these kind of platform, they receive payments within 2 to 3 days. On invoice maturity, buyer directly pay finance the full amount. So what it happens? Benefits क्या है इसमें? अर्ली पेमेंट मिल जाएगी आपके जो एमएसएमई जो आपका क्लाइंट है for buyers it is also useful for the buyers because in case of buyers if you see in the market the large corporates are not working with the MSME units since there is a harsh provision of 43BS. They don't want to get their non-compliance in the balance sheets. So if you pitch them the Trades portal, they can then they can there is benefit to them also, corporate buyer also, because in that scenario, they don't have to pay to the MSMEs. These financiers directly pay to the MSME unit that corporate have to pay directly to the financer. So it will, for buyers benefit is strengthen compliance with MSME. They can easily compliance with MSME. And for financiers, they know the large corporate will definitely pay them. They see the type of company, their profile history, how much is the paying capacity. So accordingly, they bid that invoices. So this is how this Trades portal work. And I can say this is actually a game changer for the MSME industry, where where the MSME was not getting, amount this receivables on time. So by this trades portal, they can definitely encash their receivables in 2 3 days. When the of this trades is it's on non-recourse basis, non-recourse. We will discuss this in the last slide. What is recourse basis and what is non-recourse basis? In non-recourse basis, like in trades, if your buyer don't pay to the financer, you are not liable to pay to the financer. That whole liability is for financer. So you are free. You receive your money, you sell the goods to a corporate buyer, you receive the money. Then if your buyer don't pay to the financer, you are not liable to reimburse that financial institution. This is the beauty of trades portal. So you can explore this and explore this, or find if your any of the client is facing issue of working capital, the huge receivables are standing in the books, you can use this portal and you can charge fee accordingly, uh, a one-time consultancy fee, or you can assist them in uploading these portal to manage the portal. There you can take over all the invoice management, the supply chain finance unit of your client. You can charge good amount. That amount he's not paying you for audit and this compliance purpose. He can pay 5x of that fees to you for this managing the supply chain finance. There is actually a, out of the box service you can give to your clients. Then recent updates here in this trades portal is earlier only the corporates who were having turnover greater than 500 CR, they were only mandate to register in this trades portal. In the budget 24-25, the corporates who were having turnover greater than 250 CR, they were have to mandatory register in the trades portal. You see, so basically government is expanding the scope of trades. MSME units, if any company having greater than 250 CR, they have to register in the trades portal if they are dealing with the MSMEs, so that the scope can be expanded, and you can your working capital, you can get rid of this working capital issues. So this is the good options available for the MSME industry. So the fourth one we were discussing is the sale bill discounting. It is on the recourse basis here. If your buyer don't pay, then you have to reimburse to the financer. This is also one of the facility available. And then there is purchase bill invoicing facilities is also there. In this case, supplier is there, buyer. So three parties are there. So this is kind of one of the supply chain financing method. But this is only in the recourse basis. Now, if you see in the books of accounts, what impact will be there? So for reclassification of the trade payable. So under the SCF agreement, trade payable are converted into financing arrangement with financial institution. As a result, the liability is reclassified as financial liability. So if you have to pay to your vendor, and which is has been repaid by the financial, you have to classify that financial liability in your books of accounts. You have to mention all the disclose the arrangements you have done with that financial institutions. All liabilities you have to report in the balance sheet if you are doing these kind of arrangements. For supplier books of accounts, who is the seller, SCF allows supplier to receive early payment for the receivables. So if it is without recourse basis, like in case of trades, okay, that is without recourse basis. If the supplier, like your client MSME, has sell the trade receivable without recourse basis, you can de-recognize that receivables from your books of accounts if it is without recourse basis. If it is with recourse basis, you have to report the potential liabilities and all the disclosure there. So this is the financial impact disclosures you have to do in your books of accounts. So next, if you see the GEM portal, then GEM portal, you can ask your clients to, you can advise your clients that if they want to do business with the government departments, like the defense, PWD, and many other government departments, they have to compulsory register in the GEM portal. You can advise your clients to register in the GEM portal. You itself, your team, you can train your team how the GEM portal can be managed, how the bidding is done, how the registration has to be done, and what all benefits as an MSME you can avail from the GEM portal. So this is good. You can suggest your clients. You can manage uh, this GEM thing for your clients, for your staff. So for gem portal, you can give advice on the OEM registration also. If your client is manufacturing, as it has to registration mandate this OEM port process of OEM, you can defense, they have to mandatory purchase from the gem port. In the gem, we were discussing there is a OEM kind of category in the gem. If your client is in the manufacturing side and he wants to, I can see like our 2 3 clients, new clients, they are making something for the defense sector. Like in the war kind of situation, they have, you know, they are developing some kind of new technology where they can, trace the missiles, bombs, kind of things. But how they can sell it to the defense? Of course, there is only the one platform, that is GEM. So ask your client if they are in the manufacturing kind of thing. Even they are trader, they can sell through GEM. But for manufacturing entity, they have to register as a OEM. OEM code they have to take for registering themselves as a manufacturing entity. So make sure you can advise them for the OEM consultancy as well. You can charge good amount on these kind of stuff. And also, who can be buyer? Buyer is, of course, all railways, defense, all public procurement policy, all public procurement has to be done through the GEM portal. Even our institute is also, recently has to some portion of the procurement has to be done by the GEM portal only. If you see, there is one Sambandh portal. You see the governance system where every government department has to report in that Sambandh portal that how much procurement they have done through that GEM portal. You see, there is answerability of, if you are not doing procurement on the GEM portal, that the concerned ministry will ask that why you have not procured from that. So every department is answerable. So also the very friends, we can see. Sir, can we get a poll on this question? I want to ask the viewers: how many of you are registered yourself as a CA firm in the GEM portal? Can I know the numbers? Friends, can you comment how many of you have registered in the GEM portal as a CA firm? Chartered accountants can also register themselves in the GEM portal. So it's, many of the CAs are not aware of it. So there is a lot of opportunities, lot of tenders floating in the GEM portal. Some related to non-attested function compliances. A lot of government department are quoting this tenders through GEM. There are also for the service sectors also there's huge opportunity in GEM. Likewise, our CA firms can also register themselves on the GEM and can participate in the eligible tenders. So this way they can take benefit of this GEM portal. Okay, so if you see how many total product categories there in the 11,000 kind of product categories are there in the GEM portal. Order value, see, 14 lakh 21,000 crore is the order value till date. So the huge network of the GEM, uh, I have seen many number of MSME units who are not doing any business in the civil. They are doing their business having turnover of crores only through the GEM portal. But many of your client must not be aware of. So you can suggest them if their product has good, see, what is the beauty of GEM? I will to give you an example. Let's suppose your client is sitting in, Agra or in Bengal, and there is one defense department who is sitting in Rajouri district of JNK. If Rajouri district of the JNK that department has to purchase something, they will see on the GEM. So if your client is giving the good rate, competitive price, and is making that product in Bengal, and your client, Kolkata client, is beating the price of other sellers, of that particular product, that Rajori, the department of the J&K has to purchase from your client. So see the beauty. There is very transparency system, and if you have you have there is value to your product, and you are actually giving a good competitive price, then you can take the advantage of this gem portal. Sir, I'm audible till here. Can you please confirm?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
You're audible.
You are
Okay.
audible, sir. So
Yes,
good
yes.
going.
Thank you, sir. So going further, sir, I was telling you about the MSME Sambandh portal, where
Hmm.
I told you that it is, to track, monitor the procurement by the government. Here in the Sambandh portal, each CPSC ministry has a designated nodal officer. They have to upload procurement data on this portal, that how much they have procured from this portal, and they have to give breakdown for the special class, entrepreneurs, MSME units. से जितना उनको that they have mandated कि इतना have to purchase from MSME units only, and itna from the reserve category, itna from the women owned enterprises. So they have to achieve that limit, that is mandate to them, that this percentage of the procurement should be done by MSME. So they have to report all these procurement. So if your client is into all this, you should suggest them to purchase, to get themselves registered in the GEM portal. Friends, let's come in this MSME Samadhan portal. This is actually a game changer. This is one of the game changer. You know, this section, this MSME Samadhan, is covered through the section 15 to 24 of the MSME Act. Actually, this section, this MSME portal, this Samadhan portal is actually, legally enforceable via MSME, micro small, this facilitation council, and this is governed by section 15 to 24. Friends, ये जो है बैकबोन है MSME समाधान. लेट्स से हमारा एक क्लाइंट है, उसने एक गवर्नमेंट डिपार्टमेंट को, लेट्स से किसी प्राइवेट प्लेयर को कुछ अपना कुछ गुड सोल्ड किए, अब उसको पैसे नहीं मिले विद इन 45 days, या विद इन 60 दिन भी हो गए, 90 दिन भी हो गए. Then see how you can work on this, how you can actually contribute to this Samadhan portal, how you can guide your client on this. Friends, what you have to do, a practical approach, I am telling you. Just see the balance sheet, the signed balance sheet or the latest balance sheet of your client. Just focus on the receivables. If your client is micro, small, and see, friends, this Samadhan portal is only for micro and small units. You have to see whether your client is falling in micro and small, first step. Second, see the balance sheet, see the receivable part, get the list of those receivables, see from how long that receivable is pending. If he is not able to recover, at least you can try, you can report that in Samadhan portal. And friend, believe me, 80% of the cases are resolving in the Samadhan portal. But people are not doing it, people are not availing it. Friends, client will give you money not for compliance, but he will definitely give you money for manage his working capital, for recovering his debts. This is the service you can pitch to your client, which you are not doing, but big consulting firms are doing. You can also do it. Who knows better than your client? So this service you can pitch actually. This is actually a game changer. You can manage the receivables part. You can get your money recovered of your client. How it works, and this is only for micro small, not for medium enterprises. The registration, you have to just register on the MSME Samadhan portal. This is free of cost. You can assist your client on filing this application on the portal, and it is available only for manufacturers and service providers. As I already told you, 99% of the benefits are not available for trading sectors. So this is again is only for manufacturers and service providers. Friends, believe me, one of my partner, he has been in a CA firm. He was not getting his one of the bill was not cleared by the corporate client. He complained. He registered in the Samadhan portal, and we get the money back in the next 30 days with interest. With interest, we recover the amount. So you can use this in your service as well. If we are not getting your fee or it's getting too much beyond the due date, you can get yourself registered in the Samadhan portal. You can use for yourself also on your client as well. You just have to check your status, whether you're micro or small. And friends, very important point, practical point. See, while Udyam registration is a very basic thing, but when you come into this Samadhan portal, let's suppose your client is dealing, let's suppose your client is selling or manufacturing of this electrical equipments. Let's suppose he's manufacturing the electrical equipments also. He's manufacturing the let's suppose pens also, pens. Now, while registering in the Udyam portal, he has not put the that NIC code of the pen. Okay. Now, if you have seen the any debtor standing of the stand relating to the those invoice related to pens, you can't file in the Samadhan portal. Your application might be rejected on the basis of this technical non technical non-reporting of the this manufacturing of this pen NIC code. So if you are complaining for the invoice, that item mentioned in the invoice should be in the Udyam portal, the NIC code. So this is the practical relevance of the selecting the right NIC code in the Udyam portal. Also, one very important practical point is there. Like we have to upload two things. One is purchase order, and one is this copy of invoice. Copy of invoice. Friends, if you upload all this, do upload with a copy of invoice, e-way also. And if e-invoicing is applicable, do upload e-invoice also. And friends, if you are not doing this purchase order thing, your order is verbal order was there, or you have got those order through the WhatsApp chat or email, you can upload that WhatsApp chat or email communication also. Still, if there is no WhatsApp, no email, you can upload that an affidavit that in this and this date we had a verbal communication about this order. I declared that this was item purchased by so and so when so and so person by me. We can upload the affidavit regarding this. So these are the practical things that you can do while getting this Samadhan portal. So this was all about this Samadhan portal. Here you can claim the interest portion also in the Samadhan portal. Basic amount, principal amount plus interest portion also you can get recovered through this Samadhan portal.
विशाल जी, ये बहुत ही अच्छा, मतलब ये जो पोर्टल आपने अभी बताया, ये
Yes, sir.
समाधान पोर्टल बहुत ही ज्यादा इफेक्टिव है और बहुत ही ज्यादा बेनिफिशियल है।
Sir,
हम सभी
actually
लोगों को
है.
इसकी
Yes.
प्रॉपर जानकारी प्रॉपर होनी चाहिए, एंड दैट इज
Yes.
ओनली द पर्पज ऑफ दिस वेबिनार। सो
Yes. Yes.
आई होप कि मेंबर्स विल बी बेनिफिटेड फ्रॉम दिस पोर्टल आल्सो।
सर मुझे लगता है मेंबर्स को ये एक्चुअल में सर आज में एमएसएमई को प्रॉब्लम कहाँ आ रही है आज के टाइम पे। वो
यस,
माल भी बना लेता है, सब कुछ कर लेता है, उसको पैसा नहीं मिल रहा टाइम पे।
बस बस
उसको आजकल
रिकवरी इज अ बिग इशू।
रिकवरी इज द बिग इशू सर। एक्चुअली ही डोंट हैव टाइम, ही डोंट
करेक्ट,
हैव दैट मच amount to put for the recovery agents or
डेफिनेटली
the
डेफिनेटली,
team dedicatedly for recovery.
हाँ,
So
दैट इज
you
नॉट
can
देयर।
do this all is online process.
करेक्ट,
So when that buyer will get any notice from the Samadhan portal, na, he will automatically alert. अच्छा मुझे notice आ गया
डेफिनेटली,
legal
हाँ
notice. He will definitely
हाँ,
he will react and he
all
will
the
try
dues
to.
will be settled immediately।
Yes, yes, yes,
Yes,
yes. Practically, sir, it's very
हाँ,
beneficial
थैंk you so much, sir, thank you
and
so much for
90%, 80-90% cases are resolved, sir.
definitely
I will show that this numbers
results
also.
of
How much? Yes, 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 yes.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yes,
Please continue.
yes, yes. Friends, we are moving further. So basically, the key feature of Samadhan portal, eligibility, your client should be micro and small only with valid Udyam registration, and delayed payment if it is beyond 45-15 days, whatever is applicable. You can claim also 3 times of the bank rate interest. Filing a complaint, this is the whole process. You can take screenshot of this slide for the the whole process and how it works.
विशाल जी,
तो
इसमें थोड़ा
filing,
ये थ्री टाइम का क्या मतलब है यहाँ पे? 3 टाइम्स से
सर
क्या?
होता क्या है कि जैसे मान लो एक मेरा बायर है, if he is not paying me within 15-45 days,
करेक्ट,
as per the section 15-16 of the MSME Act,
यस,
he has to pay my invoice within 45 days if there is agreement between us. An agreement
Perfect.
can't be more than 45 days.
परफेक्ट,
And if there is no agreement, it has to be repaid within 15 days of the acceptance. Accepting means delivery of goods.
डिलीवरी ऑफ
Okay.
गुड्स,
So
परफेक्टली,
if he is not repaying me in those, the statutory due dates or the timelines, then that buyer has to mandatory make the provision under the MSME Act at the rate of three times of the bank rate. Like bank rate currently is 6.25%. Into three, it will be around 18.75%. Like he have to create provision of 18.75% in his books of account. Not only provision, he has to pay me that amount.
Perfectly okay, sir.
And
Perfectly.
if he is not paying, that auditor has to report. In this recent
That is our role also, because when we
yes,
are preparing the tax audit reports, then the matter should be
yes, we have
reported
to mandatory report.
under the
And that,
specified clause.
yes, and that interest is disallowed also.
Definitely, sir.
Even if that interest is disallowed in the in the tax audit report, he has to disallow even in the idea. So this is the beauty of this. But what see that is why the large number of corporates are not getting prepared for they dealing with the MSME clients. But if you see this at trades portal or supply chain financing rules, definitely you can give them facility to them. They will definitely work with you through the trades portal or other supply chain finance.
Yes.
So this is all about planning, sir.
Definitely.
Sir, as a CA, you have major role. What, sir? Where the practicing CA is lacking? He is only into this compliance part or this audit purpose. See, friends, your compliance part can be seen by your staff also. You
Definitely.
have to sit with your client and discuss all these issues. What, where he is lagging, why he is not getting orders, or what is the issues he is facing in the recovery process. We have to, but there is a customized solution from each
Definitely.
client to client. You have to discuss with them.
Compliances can be managed by the staff also.
Yes, yes. The compliances are
That is not
sir,
supposed to be for the chartered accountant. Yes.
sir, even not the staff, even the AI is maintaining your compliance part.
Yes, yes.
Believe me, sir,
They,
one tool of AI is equivalent to your one staff.
definitely, they can
So
do.
you can automate all this stuff.
Definitely.
But sir, these interaction with your client, this can't be replaced by the AI.
Yes.
This human interaction can never be replaced by AI. This customized solution only we as a chartered
Nobody can
accountant can.
replace. Yes, yes.
Yes, yes. So this is the service we can actually generate value to your client. That only then he will go along with you and give you a good fees. Okay. So one also there is one clarification also. At what time you have to see micro and small status in Samadhan portal? See the micro and small status. Let's suppose your client, while he sold the goods to the buyer at the time when he was in the micro and small category. When you see his balance sheet, now he is not in the MSME status. He is not even the medium, or let's say he's reached to the medium category. Now, can he file the complaint on the Samadhan portal? Yes, he can file the complaint because at the time of selling the goods, he was under the micro and small status. This has been clarified also. Okay, this was the Samadhan portal. The key insights you can see. Total 2,40,000 applications was filed, out of which 22 was mutually settled. Some are yet to be reviewed. Some were rejected by the technical part. So this is 6-7 months old data. You can see the latest statistics in the portal, Samadhan portal. Let's move further. This is how the Samadhan portal looks. Okay, we will move further a little fast. 1 hour is already fast. He is already gone. So next is we will discuss some about. There is also digital reforms under RAM skill. Under the RAM scheme there is ODR portal also. Friends, whatever scheme I will tell you today, I told you in my scheme, you have to explore it. This is your homework. Once the webinar is over, just see and explore all these options. You can easily find it in the portal. Everything is online. You can explore this. The more you explore, the more you will get. You have to see what problem your client is facing. You have to give the solution to him according to his problem. What benefit he want. There is a multiple scheme, multiple benefits. You have to see client to client. So this is also ODR scheme. So Samadhan portal was only for the debt recovery, for the recovery of debts. The ODR portal is also there. It is for each and every any dispute. It can be related to any dispute related to non-recovery of debts. You can put your problem. This is online portal. You can raise your dispute here. This is all online process. Your all disputes can be resolved through this ODR portal. This is only for MSMEs. This is one of the benefit ODR portal you can explore. Now, there are some key government schemes for MSMEs we will discuss. First, sir, PMEGP scheme for the viewers who are especially from all tier 3, 4 cities. Friends, you can any new age, any new entrepreneur, any new youth or any guy came to you for starting his business, you can give them option for PMEGP scheme, subject to some limits. There is some limits of PMEGP under under for the categories for how much loan you can is covered under PMEG scheme in the PMEGP scheme. We will discuss here. So for PMEGP scheme, only the manufacturing and service sector are eligible for PMEGP scheme. You have to see if your client is into manufacturing or service sector. He can go for the PMEGP scheme. Under PMEGP scheme, your client can get subsidy from subsidy is from 15% to 35% depending upon his category and where the location of the plant is. If you see in my screen, if in case your client is in setting plant in rural area out of the town and he is in general category, then owner contribution is 10%, own contribution is 10%, that is margin money, and 25% will be the subsidy if rural area. In urban area, it will be the 15%. But if your client falling in any special category or is physically handicapped or ex-serviceman retired from any army or defense paramilitary force or he's woman entrepreneur, then the minimum basic contribution is 5% and rate of subsidy will be 25 to 30% depending upon his setting his plant in urban or rural area. So, friends, see the maximum cost of project eligible for subsidy. Earlier, the limit was 25 lakhs. So, June 22 May, this limit was enhanced to 50 lakhs. So, up to 50 lakh, you can get subsidy or in the case of manufacturing sector. In case of service sector, you can get benefit of 20 lakhs. 20 lakhs is the the project cost, total project cost for which of which you will get the subsidy.
विशाल जी थोड़ा रोक रहा हूँ इसमें, पीएमईजीपी और सीएम युवा की स्कीम में क्या लिंक्ड है? सेम स्कीम है या कुछ फर्क है या कुछ अलग चीजें हैं जो उसमें?
सर एक मिनट, आपने वो एक पीएमईजीपी हो गया, दूसरा कौन सा बोला सर आपने?
सीएम युवा।
सीएम युवा,
यस। अभी तो यूपी में काफी सारा ये
सर
बहुत ही
सर एक्चुअली सर मैं आपको बताता हूँ, लेट मी एक्सप्लेन यू दिस।
हम्म,
सर ये जो सीएम युवा जो स्कीम जितनी भी है ना,
हम्म,
ऐसी काफी डिफरेंट डिफरेंट स्टेट में, कोई मिशन युवा चला रहा है, कोई
जी,
सीएम युवा चला रहा है।
यस
दीज
सर।
ऑल आर स्टेट सेंट्रल स्कीम्स, स्टेट सेक्टरल स्कीम। वो
तो
क्या है,
सर
स्टेट अपनी अपनी लोकल लोकल टू बूस्ट इकोनॉमी ऑफ द पर्टिकुलर स्टेट, वो अपनी एक स्टेट की स्कीम लेके आ रहा है।
तो
इसमें आपके
बेनिफिट्स
केस में हो सकता है
बेनिफिट्स
10 लाख का कुछ हो।
हाँ, बेनिफिट्स दोनों में सेम है या दोनों में फर्क है
सर
सर?
अलग अलग है सर, डिफरेंट डिफरेंट है, डिफरेंट
डिफरेंट।
डिफरेंट है।
अच्छा।
आपके, मैं श्योर हूँ सर 100%, आपके सीएम युवा स्कीम में
हम्म,
35% सब्सिडी नहीं होगी, आप देख लेना। और
ओके।
और ये जो पीएमईजीपी स्कीम है, इसमें सब्सिडी आती है सर डायरेक्ट सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट से।
हम्म।
आपकी सीएम युवा में देगी आपकी स्टेट सब्सिडी, उसमें
तो
लोन की पक्का
स्कीम
कैपिंग होगी।
स्कीम स्कीम काफी सिमिलर बनाई है, मतलब इवन दे
ओके
आर टेकिंग द एप्लीकेशन ऑफ पीएमईजीपी। जो बैंक्स
ओके
फंडिंग भी कर रहे हैं वो पीएमईजीपी की एप्लीकेशन पे ही कर रहे हैं, वो सेम एप्लीकेशन, बस वो सिवा का सीएम युवा करके उसको स्कीम दिया है उन्होंने। तो आई
ओके,
होप कि मोस्ट ऑफ द थिंग्स में भी सिमिलर, बट आई एम नॉट
माइट
श्योर।
बी माइट बी
हाँ,
माइट बी सर, आई एम नॉट रेटेड सीएम युवा ऑफ द यूपी
आई एम
स्कीम,
ऑल्सो नॉट
बट
श्योर।
यस। तो मतलब सर इट इज नॉट अबाउट दिस
एंड द
ओनली
सेकंड
यूपी।
थिंग इज कि अगर कोई बंदा पीएम ईजीपी में एलिजिबल है तो क्या सीएम युवा में अगेन एप्लीकेशन दे सकता, नहीं दे सकता? ये भी एक
सर ये मैं आपको बता देता हूँ, देखो अगर तो
सर।
देखो वो पीएमईजीपी में कर रहा है तो वो उसके घर पे हस्बैंड वाइफ, अगर हस्बैंड ने पीएमईजीपी ले ली तो वाइफ नहीं ले सकती।
हाँ,
लेकिन ये जो आपकी जैसे स्टेट स्पेसिफिक स्कीम है, ये उस स्कीम की गाइडलाइन को पढ़ना पड़ेगा कि
हाँ
उस
देखना
पर्टिकुलर
पड़ेगा।
स्टेट की। हाँ,
आई होप
मान
सो
लो
कि सर
आपके,
है नहीं उसमें डिक्लेरेशन है कि अगर आप पीएमईजीपी का बेनिफिट ले चुके हैं तो शायद आप सीएम युवा नहीं ले सकते, कुछ
यस,
ऐसा
वो डिक्लेरेशन बेसिस पे ही होता है सर,
है।
बट
राइट
मैंने
सर।
प्रैक्टिकली देखा है सर, लोग ले लेते हैं बिकॉज अभी इतना ट्रेसिंग मैकेनिज्म नहीं है।
जी
लेट
जी।
सपोज एक हस्बैंड ने जो है पीएमएजीपी लिया हुआ, वाइफ ने सीएमयूओ में ले लिया, देयर इज नो ट्रेसिंग मैकेनिज्म।
ओके सर, ओके
करें,
सर।
उनके पास टाइम ही नहीं है एक्चुअल में सर। पर्पस क्या देने का, दे वांट टू कंप्लीट देयर टारगेट्स, वो तो बांट रहे हैं
डेफिनेटली
आगे आगे
दैट
लोगों
इज
को,
देयर, दैट
उनको
इज
तो
देयर।
टारगेट पूरे करने हैं। दे हैव
दैट
टू
इज देयर।
गिव देम सब्सिडी, दे हैव टू शो हमने
करेक्ट
इतनी
सर,
एम्प्लॉयमेंट
करेक्ट।
जनरेट करवाई, हमने इतने लोन दिए।
जी जी
सो
जी।
प्रैक्टिकली मैं आपको बताऊं, दे आर एक्चुअली पर्पस इज टू गेट द लोन, टू गिव द सब्सिडी।
यूपी में
इसमें
क्या
हमने
विशाल जी,
जब
इस समय यूपी में काफी लार्ज लेवल पे सीएमबीवाई स्कीम्स अभी लॉन्च भी ऑनरेबल चीफ मिनिस्टर ने करी हैं, और
ओके ओके
बहुत ही लार्ज स्केल पे फंडिंग चल रही है, सारे बैंक्स इसमें इन्वॉल्व हो रहे हैं।
ओके ओके ओके
हाँ।
ओके, बहुत बढ़िया बहुत बढ़िया। तो
थैंक यू सो
डेफिनेटली सर
मच।
इसमें सीएस का बहुत अच्छा रोल है सर।
जी
ऐसी
जी
जो
बिल्कुल।
स्कीम्स आती हैं
जी।
तो सीएस सर इसमें क्या है, चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट्स कैन एक्चुअली टेक कंसल्टिंग फीस ऑफ दिस,
हम्म।
कि पूरी एप्लीकेशन बनाने का हमें एक
करेक्ट
आपको
सर।
प्रोजेक्ट रिपोर्ट उसमें जाती है। तो
जी जी
प्रोजेक्ट
बिल्कुल
रिपोर्ट
जाती
हो
है,
गया,
दैट इज मैंडेटरी
आप जो
इन
है,
बोथ द केसेस।
आप यस आप कौन सी स्कीम में फॉल कर रहे हो।
हम्म।
और प्रोजेक्ट रिपोर्ट सिर्फ वहां तक के लिए नहीं सर, सिर्फ उस
हम्म।
डिपार्टमेंट में, कुछ एमएसएमई डिपार्टमेंट में डीआईसी या पीएमजीपी पोर्टल में देने तक की नहीं,
हम्म।
रिपोर्ट एक बैंक को भी जाती है।
ना बैंक
बैंक
को
की
जाती
अपने, बैंक के लिए
फंडिंग
अलग
है।
तरीके से रिपोर्ट बनती है फॉर
करेक्ट सर,
डिफरेंट काइंड
करेक्ट
ऑफ।
सर।
तो सीए कैसे असिस्ट कर सकता है, वो उसको एक क्लाइंट को बता सकता है, वी
इट इज
नीड
अ ग्रेट
रिपोर्ट लाइक
अपॉर्चुनिटी
दिस।
फॉर ऑल ऑफ अस, नो
यस
डाउट।
यस 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 यस। So in case of PMAGP, sir, one, if the beneficiary has taken the PMAGP scheme, let's suppose he has successfully, has successfully run the business for more than 3 years through the PMAGP loan. Now he has one more time to upgrade that loan. So government give benefit that he can take again upgradation of the existing PMAGP unit. In this case, for all the categories, own contribution as 10%, and the subsidy will be, vary between 15 to 20%. And the maximum इसमें जो आपको जो दोबारा आपको सब्सिडी जो मिलेगा, that is the limit up to 1 year. So अगर आपका पीएमएजीपी यूनिट अच्छे से सक्सेस,
हेलो। हेलो।
लिए,
हाँ सर, हाँ
यस
सर।
यस यस, ओके ओके सर, नाउ आई एम ऑडिबल।
हाँ नहीं,
Yes,
नाउ
sir.
नाउ इट इज
Yes.
फाइन।
Okay, now it's fine. Okay, now at least I can see in my screen, my internet is unstable. Okay,
नो
sorry
इश्यूज,
sorry.
इट्स गोइंग ऑन गुड।
Okay, so the how the subsidy PMHE subsidy is actually released. Actually, sir, the subsidy is released from the day one once your loan is approved. But the subsidy is kept as a security with the bank, with the lending bank. So that security is freeze for 3 years. Once you have successfully, so sir, there are the cases when you are not get the subsidy. In case whenever your unit is closed within three years, you are stopped paying the EMIs. So in that case, bank will not give you that
In
subsidy.
any case
So
of
for getting,
default, you are not eligible for to take the
yes, you are
subsidy.
not
Yes,
yes.
yes,
So make ensure you advise your client to at least run his business at least for 3 years.
yes.
इफ यू रन सर्वाइव 3 साल करके तो सब्सिडी मिल जाएगी,
तभी
3 साल के
मिलेगी।
पहले लुढ़क गया तो नहीं मिलेगी। सिंपल। तो ये क्रक्स है। तो उसके बाद आता है कंपोनेंट ऑफ कॉस्ट ऑफ प्रोजेक्ट अंडर पीएमजीपी। देयर आर टू कंपोनेंट ऑफ द पीएमजीपी, सेम कंपोनेंट विल बी सर इन केस ऑफ योर सीएमयू आल्सो।
Yes, yes,
टर्म
yes.
लोन कंपोनेंट, द
Hmm.
कैपिटल एक्सपेंडिचर एंड द वर्किंग कैपिटल।
Hmm.
Term loan is for paid only for the capital expenditure, and the working capital is for procurement of raw material and other daily expenses to maintain his working capital. So there is some limit, sir. Whenever we prepare project report, a CA should know how much portion he has to keep for capital expenditure, how much for working capital. There is limit described in the PMEGP scheme. So for manufacturing unit, at least 60% should be for allocated for the capital expenditure, and for service sector unit, at least 40%. And for working capital, in case of manufacturing unit, your working capital requirement should not be more than 40% of the cost of project. And for service sector, it should not be more than 60% of the cost of project. So this is the limit as prescribed in the PNGP, PMAGP. If your project proposal is not as per these limits, your loan can be, your loan or subsidy or your bank can reject your project report on the basis of this technical deficiency. So you have to make sure you prepare the report, you consider these limits. So friends, let us move to the very emerging and the most, I must say, the Brahmastra for this MSMEs industries units the government has given is the CGTMSE, Credit Guarantee Fund Trust for Micro and Small Enterprises. Once again, this is only for micro and small, not for medium. Okay, friends. So, सर ये जो बेनिफिट जो सीजीडीएमएससी दे रही है ना, मोस्ट ऑफ दी जो सीएस है इसमें लैग कर रहे हैं, वो अपने
विशाल जी, वॉइस ब्रेक हो रही है आपकी।
Sir, you are not audible. Sir, can you hear us?
Sir, I am audible.
Yes, yes.
Now you are audible. Earlier it was not. Yes.
Okay, okay. So friends, I was telling, I have seen many, units which have to potential to, expand, to grow, and their products have huge market. But the problem is they are, first generation entrepreneurs. They don't have huge capital. They don't have that much property to give mortgage to take loan. So friends, for those kind of entrepreneurs, government has bought this CGTMSC scheme where you can take the loan in the form of working capital or the term loan, but you don't have to give anything collateral. Government will guarantee your business. You just have to do the business. Government will give you guarantee that this second the secondary primary primary will be the working capital in your stock will be the first thing that will be mortgage. Second, just that the secondary part will be covered by the CGTMSC facility, by the CGTMSC guarantee. So how it works, CGTMSC? If you see, friends, CGTMSC scheme guidelines circular 2050, 2024-25. Earlier, earlier it was up to 5 CR only. Now, with effect from union in the union budget 25, the government announced an enhanced CGTMS scheme. It doubles the guarantee for micro and small enterprises for 5 to 10 CR. So
Very great initiative, sir. Very
पहले
great
आप
initiative.
5 करोड़ तक का लोन ले सकते थे, अभी जो है आप 10 करोड़ तक का ले सकते हो अंडर सीजीडीएमएससी स्कीम. सर मैं आपको इसको इसको लिंक करूंगा सीजीडीएमएससी की वो माइक्रो स्मॉल की डेफिनेशन से. आप उस डेफिनेशन में देखोगे सर, लिमिट उन्होंने एनहांस करी है अप्रैल से, और ये भी अप्रैल से एनहांस हुआ. अब इसका सिर्फ एक और टेक्निकल रीजन था. अब 10 करोड़ का अगर बैंक मान लो किसी को अगर सीसी लिमिट देती है 10 करोड़ के लिए की लोन के लिए बैंक को 50 करोड़ का टर्नओवर चाहिए. पहले 50 करोड़ की टर्नओवर में वो उस कैटेगरी में आ जाता था, स्मॉल से उसको एक्सीड हो जाता था जैसे उसको 50. तो इसलिए वहां पे भी लिमिट बढ़ा दी, यहाँ पे भी लिमिट बढ़ा दी, ताकि बैंक को वो डिफिकल्टी ना है to give that loan. Yes. So this was also one of the reason of extending the limits, and here they have expanded the scope of CGTMSC. So friends, CGTMSC में भी सर इसमें एक different जैसे condition है. You see, for different kind of entrepreneur, if you are women entrepreneurs, if you are the special abled, if you are disabled entrepreneurs, if your unit is located in the particular northeastern state, UT of JNK, Ladakh, then there is separate coverage. For loan up to 50 lakh, 80% of the loan will be covered by CGTMSC. For 50 lakh to 10 CR loan, 75% will be covered by CGTMSC. For women owned, if your client is women owned enterprise, then 90% of the loan will be covered by CGTMSC. It's a huge amount. Only 10% you have to give as a security. 90% will be covered by the CGTMSC. So you see, there is one more benefit. In case your unit is ZED certified, zero effect, zero defect, we will discuss this in the next slides. Then also there is huge coverage given. So this is the beauty of the CGTMSC scheme, where you don't need to give anything mortgage to the bank. But friends, here मैं आपको प्रैक्टिकली बता दूं, आप सीधा बैंक के पास जाओगे, बैंक इजीली नहीं देता CGTMSC. आपको अपनी रिपोर्ट में वो दम रखना पड़ेगा, आपकी क्लाइंट में दम होना चाहिए, आप में दम होना चाहिए, वो स्किल्स होनी चाहिए, वो नेगोशिएशन स्किल्स आप में होनी चाहिए कि वो बैंक से आप नेगोशिएट कर सको और उसके बिजनेस को अच्छे से प्रेजेंट कर सको, उसको थ्रू द फॉर्म ऑफ प्रोजेक्ट रिपोर्ट and by giving them the huge background of your client. So accordingly बैंक को आपको एक वो ट्रस्ट देना पड़ेगा कि हाँ, बिकॉज बैंक तो असेस करेगा अपना, बैंक ऐसे नहीं फ्री में दे देगा. बैंक को दिख रहा है कि बिजनेस में दम नहीं है, वो काम कर नहीं सकता, वो नहीं देगा आपको. बैंक को पोटेंशियल लगना चाहिए कि वो उतने पैसे उसको मिल जाएंगे. that CGTMSC is secondary, that additional coverage, that guarantee. But this doesn't mean कि बैंक जो है blindly will give the loan. He has to see the potential in your business, and your financial should be so accurate. अगर आपकी financials ठीक नहीं है तो बैंक आपको लोन नहीं देगा. तो क्लाइंट को जो है आपको यही बताना है कि जो है अगर financials ठीक से बने होंगे, अच्छे से रिपोर्टिंग हुई होगी, प्रॉपर शेड्यूल बने होंगे, एज पर द करेक्ट फॉर्मेट बने होंगे, तो बैंक इजिली आपको ये लोन दे सकता है। यहाँ पे सीएस का बहुत रोल जो है, सीएस के जो है कंट्री यहाँ पे बहुत ह्यूज रोल है फॉर गेटिंग दीज काइंड ऑफ लोन्स फंडेड सीजीडी में से। तो ऑल्सो आपका एक मैं आपको बता देता हूँ हाउ यू कैन असिस्ट योर क्लाइंट whenever you see a loan passed through the CGTMSE scheme. You see, get the sanction letter and see how much AGF has been charged by your bank. This is annual guarantee fees. You can see how much the bank is charging from your client. You can see in the screen, standard rate is there, then there is fee rate after discount, then there is risk premium. It depends on client to client. So you can negotiate on this with the bank. Here you can get benefited your client by negotiating with this AGF premium for your client. If you can reduce even the 1%, 10 crore का जो है 1% में कितना हो जाता है friends? So you can negotiate this for your client. So this is the, you can negotiate on the basis of if your client, there is a separate thing. If your client is ZAD certified, there is separate benefit. We will discuss this. If he is falling in, in the woman oriented business, woman owned business, where it is located, depend. You have to see this where you can get benefited to your client. So this CGDMSC is applied directly by the bank only. We don't have.
तपन जी, इस पर एक सवाल था मेरा
Yes sir, yes.
कि सीजीटीएमएससी की जो कवरेज है, ये क्या टाइम लिमिट है इसको लेने के लिए, पहला। दूसरा, क्या कोई और वर्किंग कैपिटल एग्जिस्टिंग चल रही है कोलेटरल बेस, तो क्या हम इसको सीजीटीएमएससी में एडिशनल पोर्शन कवर कर सकते हैं, जैसे बैंक आजकल कर रहे हैं कि कोई 40 लाख की 50 लाख की लिमिट पहले की थी, वो बाय वे ऑफ ईएम मॉर्गेज के उसके थ्रू, और एडिशनल लिमिट उन्होंने सीजीटीएमएससी में कवर कर ली। तो क्या इस टाइप की भी फैसिलिटीज कोई है? क्योंकि अर्लियर ये था कि अगर सीजीटीएमएससी लगेगा तो आपका कोलेटरल नहीं लगेगा और कोई पर्सनल गारंटी नहीं लगेगी, तो इसमें क्या चेंज हुआ है?
सर कर सकते हैं, मतलब यू आर आस्किंग मी कि अगर आपका क्लाइंट का ऑलरेडी मान लो कोई लिमिट चल रही है, लेट से उसकी 2 CR की लिमिट चल रही है, लेट से 2 CR का चल रहा है, राइट?
करेक्ट सर।
अब वो जो 2 CR का चल रहा है उसमें आपने जो है एडिशनल मॉर्गेज पे प्रॉपर्टी दी है,
यस
उसमें
सर।
ओके प्रॉपर्टी दी है। अब आप कह रहे हैं आपके क्लाइंट को लिमिट एनहांस करनी है 2 से 5, राइट?
करेक्ट सर।
अब आप कह रहे हो जो एडिशनल 3 CR है, क्या उसमें जो पहले की जो जो लोन चल रहा है उसमें जो सिक्योरिटी है, जो मान लो लेट सपोज उसने 2 करोड़ के लोन के लिए लेट सपोज पहले 2.5 करोड़ की प्रॉपर्टी दी है, let's suppose। अब आप मुझे कह रहे हो एडिशनल 3 CR के लिए उसको एडिशनल प्रॉपर्टी देनी पड़ेगी? नहीं, आप उसको इसमें भी कवर कर सकते हो।
मतलब ज्वाइंटली हो सकता है, इसमें कोई इशू नहीं है, मतलब
हो सकता है सर। एक बात और बताता हूँ आपको, आपकी अगर नेगोशिएशन स्किल अच्छी है, आप अपने एक काम और कर सकते हो। आपका मान लो आपके क्लाइंट का लोन चल रहा है, लेट सपोज सर पीएनबी बैंक में, लेट सपोज ये सेम केस है, 2 करोड़ का लोन चल रहा है विद दी प्रॉपर्टी मॉर्गेज। आप सर अगर आप में नेगोशिएशन स्किल अच्छी है, आपके बिजनेस में दम है, आपकी फाइनेंशियल स्ट्रांग है, आप गए एसबीआई में, आपने फ्रेश लोन सेंक्शन करा दिया सर 4 करोड़ का, विदाउट एनी प्रॉपर्टी, विदाउट गिविंग एनी मॉर्गेज, एंड यू टेक ओवर दैट लोन, वो आपकी प्रॉपर्टी भी फ्री होगी। पूरा 5 करोड़ का लोन सर आपका चला गया, उसकी प्रॉपर्टी फ्री होगी सर 2.5 करोड़ की।
बिल्कुल सही, बिल्कुल सही।
Now see the how much fee you can charge from that client.
And what is the time limit for taking this coverage of CGTMSE? Like
Time
loan has been
coverage
disbursed today, and what is the time frame for taking this cover?
No, sir. Let's suppose आज हम बैंक में गए, लोन सेंक्शन हो गया, तो कवरेज डे 1 से ही रहती है सर।
नहीं, generally they said कि when the loan will be disbursed, then we will take. So what is the time limit for taking this? Like 30 days from the date of disbursement, or whatever is our, there is no any standard time frame for taking the CGTMSE?
Sir, actually, sir, there is no standard time. कुछ ऐसे specific standard time नहीं। Generally, it is within month only.
Okay.
Yes. Generally, it is month only, and process is sir bank directly apply for this CGTMSE cover.
No, definitely they are doing, but in some cases, as a auditor, we observe that they are taking the coverage delayed. So, how much delay is permissible? That is why I am asking this question.
Sir, there is no standard time. You can ask your bank why they have delayed this.
Okay.
You can ask the bank.
If they are delaying it, then definitely they are compromising with the security.
Yes.
Bankers
so
are
generally bank don't delay. They
generally the banks don't
1 month only.
Perfect, sir. Perfect, sir. Perfect.
Yes. So this was all about. Now I see, if I see professional opportunities in CGDMSE, you can see the loan structuring part, like one of the example we recently discussed, and the feasibility study and risk assessment, consultancy on schemes guideline, preparation of loans files, project report, and all these stuffs you can do. No, workshop and seminars with the business industries. Friends, what you can do, you see a local, the trade union or manufacturing, the forums. You can conduct a workshop advising on how you can avail benefits under these MSME sectors. So this all you can do as a professional. And friends, now let's come on the next. There is one more scheme, MSME Credit Guarantee Scheme 2.0. Here, the government is giving 100 crore loan. We have limited time, so you can see more by reading the scheme. Where 100 crore का आपका प्रोजेक्ट है, तो उसमें 70, उसमें जो है प्लांट मशीनरी 75% होनी चाहिए प्रोजेक्ट कॉस्ट आपकी प्लांट एंड मशीनरी में। उसमें 60% गारंटी कवरेज जो है आपको मेंबर लैंडिंग इंस्टीट्यूशन दे रहा है, यानी कि 60 करोड़ के लोन जो है वो गारंटी आपको ये दे रही है गवर्नमेंट। 40% लोन की सिर्फ आपको वो देनी है मॉर्गेज। दिस इज ऑल्सो, बट दिस इज ओनली फॉर टर्म लोन, फॉर द वेयर यू आर बाइंग ए ह्यूज प्लांट एंड मशीनरी। गवर्नमेंट चाहती है कि मैन्युफैक्चरिंग सेक्टर को बढ़ाने के लिए, कि जो है उसको बूस्ट करने के लिए स्कीम लेके आए, सो दैट मैन्युफैक्चरिंग कैन बी बूस्ट एंड एनी यूनिट हु वांट टू प्रोक्योर दिस प्लांट एंड मशीनरी कैन गेट this benefit of this scheme. MSME Credit Guarantee Scheme 2.0, dated 29 January 2025. You can explore more by reading this guideline. Now, there are some few more programs for the MSMEs, like cluster development programs are there. This is also for only for micro and small enterprises. So this is, initiative to enhance the competitiveness and productivity for the micro small enterprises. So this is generally for the improvement of technology skills and quality market access, so that your client can, your unit can, compete in competitive environment. So they actually help in, infrastructure facilities in new industrial areas, clusters. They create this common facilities centers are there for testing, R&D things and all. So these are kind of cluster programs. You see, I will give you the example of one cluster program, like in Surat. सूरत में एक डायमंड क्लस्टर, एक वो है सूरत डायमंड क्लस्टर यूनिट। वहां पे क्या है, पहले जो द ओल्ड स्मॉल पॉलिशिंग यूनिट्स वर वर्किंग इंडिपेंडेंटली, दे वर नॉट so much skilled, they were not using new age technologies. Now CDP was were formed there. Then all units came together. The centralized gem cutting and polishing facilities were provided. Now they are using new age tools and new technologies for these kind of things. So now their product is more viable and more good finished product is coming out. So this is the purpose of cluster programs. So basic purpose is through to upgrade skill, branding, and marketing for the MSME units. They prepare the cluster programs. So some of the common, there are only two components of MSc CDP scheme. Common facility centers are there, infrastructure development program are there. So these are kind of the components, schemes available there in the cluster development program. Then this is not theoretical thing. Practically, if you see, if there are more than 20 units in the same kind of same kind of product they are dealing on manufacturing thing, they can go and ask for the cluster to form a cluster where they all can work in the common uh, in the in the in the in the common area, and they can exchange their ideas, they can exchange their technology, and can compete in the with the rest of the in the international market and national market both. So financial assistance is also there, like in this in diagnostic study report, there is a grant of 2.5 lakh. Soft intervention purpose, for this purpose, 75% grant is there for 25 lakh per project. These are the kind of benefits they are giving in this kind of CDP schemes. Now, if you see how to apply for MSc CDE scheme, so eligibility application is state government, state agencies, clusters. They can apply. They can apply through this cluster development program. So there are the steps we have given here, how they can enroll. So you can easily apply for the CDA schemes. One more, there is revamped scheme for fund of regeneration of traditional industries. So this is for basically for traditional industries like the honeybees and coir industries, bamboo industries. For these kind of traditional items, they have launched this Spurti scheme where they can help them for to alive the traditional industries, the to make to provide sustained employment for traditional industries, to enhance marketability of the products, you know, to make provision for common facilities. And so this is kind of CDE only, but this Spurti scheme is basically for traditional industries. So here also, this scheme covered three type of intervention. The one soft intervention in this, they guide the units regarding general awareness, counseling, motivation, and hard intervention, creating of facilities such as multiple facilities for multiple products, packaging. Thematic interventions are there. And how to apply for Spurti scheme we have given, who can apply: NGOs, semi-government institutions, Panchayati Raj clusters, they can apply to the Spurti platform. Now, next, if we see, there is entrepreneurship and skill development programs are there, you know, for the new age entrepreneurs. Where assistance is provided for, motivational campaigning is there, entrepreneurship awareness program is there, how you can do business, how you can, new technology you can use, how you can market your product. So all kind of stuff, they teach to the new this entrepreneurs how they can about the entrepreneurship skill, management skills. So these kind of things are taught to them how they can do good in the business. So for eligibility, all youth or others who are interested to set up their own industrial and self-employment business, they can enroll for this ESDP scheme. Now there is National SC/ST Hub scheme for the units who are covered in this special categories. You can take benefit of this national SC/ST Hub scheme. You can go and check out the website of NSSH, where what all benefits are there for them. Now, next, if you see, there are this. Sorry. So there are schemes like we were discussing. This market promotion development schemes are there, where there is assistance given related to promotion and market their products. Now there are few new schemes launched: PM Vishkarma, enabling artisan and craft to scale up their own enterprises, where all these kind of people are covered: boat makers, smith, goldsmith, locksmith, all kind of. You see, if your client is falling into these kind of things, so they can enroll themselves in this PM Vishkarma scheme, where the new technologies they will learn. And now next scheme we will learn about is this MSME Champion Scheme. So in the MSME Champion Scheme is comprehensive initiative by MSME, where they are empowering MSMEs to become competitive on both national and international level. How we will discuss this? Like there are three schemes in this champion scheme. One is MSME Sustainable ZED, where we have discussed earlier. If your client is ZED certified, there is huge benefit in case of subsidies. This CGDMA fees also. And in the GEM portal also, you are ZED certified. Some portion is specially, percentage marked for to procure goods from ZED certified MSMEs. Then MSME competitive lean scheme is there, innovative scheme is there. So in the ZED certification, you see, so this is basically, ZED is for to manufacturing of quality using latest technology and develop an ecosystem of ZED manufacturing in MSMEs. So you can help your client to get this ZED certification. It is, the main purpose is zero defect, zero effect. Zero defect, zero effect. This is the theme behind this ZED certification. You can check out the website zed.msme.gov.in. There is three kinds of certification in this: level 1, level 2, level 3, in which bronze, silver, gold medal is there. And different kind of assessments are being given, given. In the basic level, you can get it free of cost. There is subsidy of like 10,000. and the price is 8,000, you can get it free of cost, the basic bronze level. Your entity should be manufacturing entity to get this, ZED certification. And for this bronze silver category, you have to pay 32,000 is the fees. For gold, 72,000 is the fees, and there is financial assistance also. This kind of subsidies also available in this. I am audible, sir. I am audible. Can you hear
Yes,
me?
Yes, sir.
sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes,
You
sir.
are
Yes, sir.
audible.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. So there is additional benefits also given in this LDD scheme if you apply for these schemes. So, excuse me. So there is you can to see if your client can are eligible for ZDD scheme. We have limited time, so I can't discuss more on this. You can check out if you can get this for your client ZDD certification. There is innovative MSME innovative incubation IPL scheme also. You can check out this. This is also fall under this champion scheme. This scheme is is for incubation, design, IPR things stuff, and there is separate uh, uh, things it is given here. Like the foreign patent, maximum financial assistance is 5 lakh, domestic patent 1 lakh. These kind of financial assistance is given if you go for this scheme. Then there is competitive lean scheme where the objective is to minimum wastage. So that minimum wastage, maximum production. This is the main basic objective behind this MSME competitive scheme, where they focus on productivity, efficiency, and competitiveness. So they can produce more with less waste. So this was the purpose. So here also the cost of implementation is 20% of the subsidies there if you implement these kind of schemes in your manufacturing units. So in this also there is basic level of certification and some are intermediate level. So you can check out these schemes also. So, and this is the where we have shown intermediate level, advanced level, what kind of, how much fees has to be paid for enroll this. Then there is SRI fund. In this, this is government backed equity support initiative. So where total corpus will be for 50,000 crore, out of which 10,000 will be contributed by Government of India and 40,000 by private equity and venture capitalist fund. So this is also, to boost, to give more funds to the MSME units through the equity funding. You can also explore this for your clients. Then SRA fund features, you can, get complete details in nvfcl.co.in. Here fund life is 15 years and government maximum contribution, as I already told you, is 10,000 crore only. So you can explore these SRA fund schemes also for equity funding. And there is RAM scheme also for, for market their product. So RAM scheme you can check out. Then there is gift scheme, green investment and financing for transformation. जो ESG guidelines है to follow this ESG guidelines, like अभी there is a goal of India to reach net zero by 2070. So to achieve this objective, achieve this target, these schemes have been launched where you can. There is also subsidy in this, 2% of the interest subvention subsidy. If you apply this green initiative on your unit up to two loan up to 2 CR, you can get 2% of the interest subvention scheme. Maximum benefit 4 lakhs per year. So you can advise your clients on these kind of initiatives in their units. There is Sky Spice scheme similar. So the difference in gift scheme and spice scheme. So gift scheme is for green technologies, spice is for reuse, recycle, reduce. So basically objective is same but different kind of benefits are available. In gift scheme, maximum subsidy is 20 lakh and the spice is 12.50 lakhs. So friend, these all are not critical things. You can actually apply and take benefit of these kind of schemes for your clients. You just have to explore more and see how you can apply to your client. Then there is PLI schemes are there. You must be aware of it. Like for these kind of sectors, PLI schemes are there. Active pharma industry, electric, medical devices, food products, telecom. So in the PLI schemes also, government has achieved, 1.5 lakh crore CR investments and has generated sales of 12.5 lakh CRs, jobs 9.5 lakh crore. So you see the impact of these kind of, you know, initiatives that government is bringing, like PLI schemes. Likewise, there is mega food park scheme as well. Cold chain facilities subsidies are there in this kind of things also. Modernization or barriers. Then there is one portal, friends, we will discuss. National Single Window System. This is NSWS portal. Just note it down. Here you can, friends, believe me, you just register. This is a single window. You can get more than 659 central approvals and state approval from this single window. Just upload all the documents here. You don't have to apply and upload the separate document to each website. In this website, you can get multiple approval by uploading single time document from this single portal. So you can check out this portal and get this registered your units here to get the maximum advantage and for the easy hassle-free approvals of the different uh, kind of licensing and approvals for subsidies. Now, friends, if we talk about role of CAs in MSME sectors, so CAs are, if I tell you, it's not only the doing accounting job or compliance. They can do the role is actually beyond that accounting and compliance part. You can do their financial advisory things, financial cost optimization. You can give the virtual CFO services to your client. See, the MSME unit of can't afford a full-time CA in his unit. So you can pay them virtual CFO service. For virtual CFO service, friends, you have to be paid yourself also. That what report you will give to the management, what value addition you will give them, and what uh, change you will brought in their whole process. So this way you can give service these kind of services to your client. So, see if you see the friends MSME unit from structuring from zero to hero, you can make your MSME from zero to hero. It all depends on the consultant, you chartered accountant. The the MSME starts. He Whenever an idea came, he come to chartered accountant. The CA give them advice about how what kind of entity you want to create, either partnership firm, proprietor firm, company, LLP. So from that thing to licensing work, to compliances, then post post when the business is started. After that, what all service you can give to your client, like promoters agreement, shareholder agreements, you can prepare for them. You should advise them to prepare employee, to give them proper appointment letters for employees so that their information is not actually leaked by the employees if he left the organization. You should do all types of the employee contracts. You can advise them to preparing these kind of contracts for them, and these agreements with the customers and debtors and vendors, creditors, and to deal with the financing banking institution as well. And friends, if I tell, there is a recent scheme for the, if I see this, if your client is into contractor and tendering service, you can help them, what kind of tender he can participate. And you can advise them on EBGs. There is recently MSMEs EBG concept. Earlier, though, you have to physical paper was, has to be released by the bank. Then you have to submit to the government organization to submit the BG. Now there is a concept of EBG. No need of paperless work is there. So bank will update in the portal, and the government department will see on the portal whether the BG is active or not, and it will be renewal paperless. So you can advise these kind of things to your contractor client. You can evaluate the tender, you can text plans, bidding. You can help in the bidding part, negotiating, and also what amount he should bid. You can actually sit and prepare this for client. And then if he got the contract, then subcontract he want to do how the subcontract clause has to be, the agreement has to be prepared. You can advise on all these kind of things to your clients. Then these kind of services you can actually pitch to your client. Tax planning, regulatory compliance, funding, and if I see the business advisory and risk management, and you can advise them related to strategic planning, how they can expand their business and partner with other to partnering with the other to the new and add new partner in the business, how they can actually bring a new partner, how much capital he should bring in, what terms should be there. You can guide related to all these things. Friends, a very big thing that we all missed is succession planning. You should advise your client, MSME client, related to succession planning. That if he is not there, how the his business, if his business has potential, how the his if there is a family business, how business should be sustainable. We should be long term business distributed legally to the best to your client. What I think internet connection is unstable. I am audible, sir. Please
You
confirm I
are
am
you
audible.
are you are you are audible, sir.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, what other services you can pitch to your MSME clients? You can get their trademark registration, pollution control board approval, and these kind of basic registration. You can train your staff, 2, 3 dedicated staff for these kind of registration. They can get it done for you. So you can give the all service in one room to your client. You should be on the planning part, and these kind of registration your staff can do for you. After one more thing, emerging sector, SME, IPO, and virtual CFO, we can discuss. We will discuss in the next slide. Also, you can see if your client is corporate, then MSME Form 1 has to be filed half yearly. Also, the legal metrology compliance. If your client is into packaging services, legal metrology guidelines has to be followed. How the basic state level legal metrology registration has to be taken, or central level has to be taken. So you can guide on these kind of stuff to your client. There is huge penalty if you are violating the principles of or the law of legal metrology. So you can explore these kind of things. LEA registration is there. If your bank exposure is more than 5 CR, then LEA number is mandatory. Bank asks for this. You can get it done for your client. Then friends, if we discuss the SME IPO, this is hidden fortune and new era for SME growth. Friends, over 1,000 MSMEs have gone into public. From private to public, you can actually guide and help your client. 22,000 crore से ज्यादा अभी तक का जो है SME IPO के थ्रू रेज हो गया है friends. And less than 1% of SMEs have registered so far. You see the potential and opportunity is there. But this SME IPO is only for small and medium enterprises, not for micro enterprises. So friends, अगर आप सीए हैं, अगर आप इस MSME इंडस्ट्रीज में काम कर रहे हैं, this is the new and I must say this is gold mine for you. You can actually help your client for getting private to public if your client is eligible and has potential. See the numbers of statistics of the IPOs from 2012 to 2024. If you see in the last 4 years, the statistic has increasing level every year 59, 109, 182, 240. You can guide your client, and there is some myths and facts. You can take screenshot of these. We don't have much time to discuss on this. I think we should have separate dedicated session on the SME IPO. We will discuss all other stuffs. What are the basic, that eligibility criteria for SME IPO?
It's itself a very big topic, sir.
Yes, itself a very big topic. We need 2 hours to discuss this.
Definitely.
So basic, I will tell you, sir. You can explore more all the viewers that the minimum criteria for SME IPO, your company should be minimum 3 years
Yes.
and should have positive net worth, and net tangible asset should be minimum 3 CR, and minimum application size of the new your SME IPO should be 1 to 2 lakh. And IPO must be fully underwritten, then only it will be eligible to list. And you can list, sir, in the two platform. There is NSE Emerge and BSE SME Exchange. Here you can list your MSME units. More than 1,200 has already registered. So friends, there is a process of SME IPO listing, like appointment of merchant banker and due diligence, financial audits. All these have to, you have to check feasibility assessment of your client, whether he is eligible and ready for SME IPO or not. So you have to see. So the basic criteria is that you have to see is if your client turnover is 10 greater than 10 CR, and he is showing profit of more than 1 CR in the last 3 year. In the last 3 year, his profit percentage is in this graph in the upward side, and he is so ambitious and ready to launch his business, and potential having a good market. You can actually suggest him going for SME IPO, and you are the right person to take him from private to public. So friends, see, total SMEs registered so far is 5 lakh, 5 lakh something, and total SMEs listed so far is 1226. More than 99% SMEs are still have chances to get themselves listed. The point is they don't have right guidance. See, even the CAs are not prepared yet, but you have to prepare yourself. If you will not pitch your client, someone else will come and pitch your client and will take the opportunity from you. If you are not doing SME IPO, you can partner with your other professional who is into SME IPO. You can partner with that particular professional, and you both can help your client for raising funds to public. This is a very emerging opportunity for chartered. So now we will discuss some key provisions under MSME Act. Then see, Section 15 says 15 days. If there is no written agreement, that buyer has to pay to the MSME seller within 15 days from the date of acceptance. But if there is agreement, that agreement is also should not be more than 45 days. Then from that date, you have to pay to the MSME vendor. And Section 16 say interest on delayed payments. That 3 times of the RBI bank rate, you have to make provision of the interest in your books of accounts. Friends, now there is one practical question that many professionals ask. Let's say if let's suppose I was having one vendor, MSME vendor, micro and small. You have to see only micro and small for this 15/16, for this 43 bin. Medium are not covered. Only micro and small. Let's suppose my micro and small vendor is there who sold the goods of 10 lakhs. I paid him 10 lakhs after 60 days. Okay. Now I have not made the provision. No, he says he is not asking for the provision for the interest. But as an auditor, how will you this ensure that there is actually no liability of interest? You have to make the provision of interest. If he says no, my vendor has no problem, he is not asking for interest, then you should ask for the declaration from the SME vendor that he should give a declaration or letter that I have no money is due, no money, I have, I will not charge any interest from him for delayed payment. Then you can make insure for not making provision of this interest. Otherwise, the liability will stand. Potential liabilities in the contingent liabilities, you have to show the provision for this that there was delayed payment. That small and that SME enterprise can later on can sue you for this interest unpaid. So making sure if they have settled their dues, you should take certificate from that vendor that he will not claim and not claim for interest in future. So these kind of disclosures you have to give in the books of account as per Section 22 of the MSME. You see the recent changes, principal amount due to micro, small, interest due. These are the changes you can take screenshot. Further, these are the disclosure for both corporate and non-corporate entities. And further, the latest amendment, if you see, friends, in the 43B(h) provision. So basically, friends, if you see the clause 22, earlier it was amount of the old law. Now there is clause 22, amount of interest inadmissible under 23. And I think my internet is. I'm audible, sir.
Now it is
Yes, sir,
audible.
you are audible.
Okay.
Voice is
Now,
breaking basically, but it is okay now.
okay. Sir, we have 5 minutes more.
I think 2 minutes is
Oh,
left,
2 minutes.
sir.
Okay. I will
Quickly you
wind up.
finish
And
because
yes.
maybe the few questions answer from the
Yes.
participant
Yes.
side. Yes.
So this was the basically the clause 22 part. There is three clause 22, 1, 2, 3 limbs have been added. You have to report accordingly as per the new clause. So this was the example also given in this slide. We have limited time to take this example. It will take 10 minutes to discuss this example. so so this is the kind of disclosure, the change in clause 22, and you have to check. There is also change in clause 26 of the this 3CD. So in the clause this 26A, you have to report the micro small units payments. Like if there is opening unpaid micro and small balance was there and it was paid during the year, has to be reported in clause 26A. And likewise, other 43B disallowances, if you paid before filing of ITR, this is not applicable in case of 43BH. Even if you paid after 31st March, but before filing the due date of ITR, we are not allowed to take deduction in the current financial year. It will be allowed in the next financial year. So this is the change in clause 22 and clause 26A. With the limited time, I can't discuss more on this. So you have to report these kind of disclosures. You have to report, see or identify your MSME. In the software, you can categorize your vendors in micro, small, medium enterprises. So it become easy as an auditor to trace those MSMEs vendors for you. And also you have to these check all these points for as a auditor. Verify each purchase of goods is paid individually within due date. Verify SSC has paid MSC suppliers of capital goods. Okay, in case of capital goods, you don't have to, disallow in 43BH. But in case of capital goods, if payment is delayed, interest provision has to be made and that has to be reported in clause number 22. So these kind of disclosures are required in the tax audit reports. And you friends, make sure you take this proper engagement letter from management where you incorporate this special points related to MSME vendors to safeguard yourself in case later on any problem you face or non-disclosure kind of thing. And this is suggestive qualification from my side. You can give the qualification in the tax audit report if you think you have not obtained the correct information for the tax audit report. This is suggestive para from my side. You can give them in the qualification. Now, these are sample notes you can disclose in the accounting policies for your MSME clients. So, friend, this was all about MSME's today's deliberation. We have, I think we should have got 3 hours to cover all this stuff. But let's see, next time we can have a special session on these, the remaining part. I will request this MSME committee to get, we will cover this pending part in the next session. Over to you, sir. Please.
Thank you so much, sir, for your enriching deliberation. I request to Rana sir, if any query is in your chat box from the
Yes, sir.
participant.
I have already sent you on your WhatsApp.
Okay.
Query we have.
Sorry, it's my mistake. Okay. So, Bishalji, 2, 3, 4 queries is there. One participant is asking regarding whether the work contract covered under MSME Act 2016, 6, sorry.
Yes. Work contract covered. Contractors are covered. Yes.
Okay.
He is asking whether the contractors who are in work contract, yes, they are covered.
Yes, they are covered in MSME Act or not?
Yes, they will fall under service. They will fall under service category.
Okay, sir. Then second query is, do we add GST taxes while calculating the threshold of the turnover and investment in machinery?
Sorry, do we have to?
Do we add GST taxes while calculating the threshold of the turnover and investment in machinery? I think inclusive of the taxes.
Yes. Inclusive of taxes. Sir, there is separate view also. If we are, if your client is GST registered, then you can the only taxable value portion of the amount you can consider for computing that part this, because if see the turnover is fetched direct from your ITR and the GST returns. In the turnover, we have to take only taxable value.
Actually, sir, queries pertaining to the investment in plant and machinery.
Okay. In case of in case of plant and machinery, I may say if we are taking credit of the GST,
definitely that is there. If we are availing the IDC, then it should be excluded. Otherwise, it should be included.
Yes.
Perfectly okay, sir.
Yes.
Sir, one more. Last 4 years, vendor is not submitted the return whether the vendor is MSME vendor for the current financial year.
Can you please repeat last 4 years?
Last 4 year vendor is not submitted the returns.
Which return?
I assume that I think it is income tax return. Whether the vendor is MSME vendor for the current financial year. Question is
his question might be, his question मैं question को इस तरह से interpret कर सकता हूँ
हाँ,
कि जो है उसने रिटर्न नहीं भरी अपनी, if he is
जी जी,
not
बस
filed his
यही है।
return, so how will his status will be, upgraded to micro small?
करेक्ट,
Yes, his status will be remain as it is, as
remain
it
as it
was.
is.
Yes, remain as it is, because he has
It,
not
it,
updated
it
his
will not
data.
impact that whether he is filing the return or not, that doesn't matter.
Yes, if he earlier he was in micro category, he has not filed his return, it will
Hmm.
remain micro.
Okay, sir.
If he
Okay,
has to get updated his status, he has to file his return.
okay. Actually, I'm reading as it is written in the chat box. Sir, is Udyog certificate needs to be renewed every year?
Yes, every year. It is
As
automatically renewed.
it is
If it is
automatically
not,
renewed. I think
if
it
it's,
is not
yes,
required the renewal at the customer end.
yes, sir, what I
It is
already said
updated
that,
automatically.
सर इसमें क्या है, अगर देखो आपने, मैंने ये बोला हर साल आपको देखना है, वंस योर
हाँ,
रिटर्न्स आर फाइल्ड, यू हैव, आप अपना मैनुअल चेक करो, आप कौन सी कैटेगरी में फॉल कर रहे हो, देन
हाँ,
चेक विद द पोर्टल, इफ इट इज
हाँ,
नॉट बीन अपडेटेड, you update it in the manually.
definitely.
If it is not automated updated, you
And
can
the second
update it
limits,
manually.
as the customer, the MSME do not need to get the certificate every year to see what that vendor is MSME or not every year.
सर सी
So I
ऐसे
think
ऑडिट,
status is automatically updated and see the
यस,
status and take the confirmation from that.
yes, sir. See, like if we talk about this financial year 24-25, as on
Hmm.
31st March 25, we are auditing the books of accounts of our client. So we
Hmm.
have to see MSE vendor status
Hmm.
as on 31st March 2025,
Hmm.
because we have to disallow the outstanding amount which is outstanding as on 31st March 2025. So at what time, at that time, what his vendor, what status has his vendor was actually having. Let's suppose as on 31st March 2025, his vendor was, let's suppose, small.
Hmm.
Now we are doing audit at this time. He gives certificate right now, and at this time his status is medium.
Hmm.
Now you have to disallow that portion, because as on
Definitely.
31st March purchase, he was under the micro and small.
Perfectly, sir. How effective is the raising and accelerating of MSME performance in strengthening the MSME?
Uh, uh, I'm not exactly क्वेश्चन क्या पूछना चाह रहे हैं वो, अगर आप
Actually,
उनको अलाउ कर सकते हैं
I
टू
can
स्पीक तो
I
आई
can
कैन.
repeat it, sir. How effective is the raising and accelerating the MSME performance in strengthening the MSME? I'm also not clear
क्रिटिकल थिंग,
about it.
इट्स क्रिटिकल क्वेश्चन.
Okay,
हम तो ऑलरेडी एमएसएमईस को तो वो एम्पावर कर ही रहे हैं भाई.
career.
हाँ, यस,
Then
मतलब
the next question is, where the MSME payment are put on hold for non-filing of the non-payment of the GST by MSME vendor, what is the recourse for the buyer?
सी, you mean they have hold the payment of GST, right?
Yes.
Okay. See, GST purpose here is that why they are holding the GST, so that if he has not reported that sales in GST R1, once
Hmm.
you have reported the sales in R1, they will release that GST amount to you. So it will be it will be maximum hold only for 30 days. You get 30 days to report in R1. So once you
No, that
report
is the
this
time
in
limit, and
R1, and it is, yes, it
when you
is
will report
between,
on or before of the 10th of the succeeding month, definitely they will get the credit
yes,
or
yes,
showing the
yes,
credit in that account. Yes.
yes.
So next question is, what role has the Digital India initiative played in MSME digital adoption?
What role has Digital India played?
Digital India initiative played in
Yes.
MSME digital adoption.
Oh, actually, the huge role. You see the ODR scheme. These all schemes. This
You have
semi
already discussed, sir. ODR you have
scheme.
discussed.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. This is, and one more thing. If you see the
Mm,
Digital India,
mm,
MSMEs are getting this supply chain financing options are available.
mm,
This ODR portal is there. GEM portal is there. This NGRF NCDS portal is there.
mm,
And if you see this MSMEs, you can ask your MSMEs to automate their manufacturing process through AI tools, these
mm,
ERP tools. So
mm.
through this, actually, the MSMEs are taking advantage of Digital India things, whatever initiatives are being brought by the Ministry of MSME.
Okay. Two more
This
queries,
is
sir.
critical question actually.
How can the collaborate? How can CA collaborate with the government bodies and banks to strengthen the MSME?
Yes, it's very simple. See what I
Mm,
told you. See, if any CA, like suppose he's a CA working in practicing in Bihar, let's say any district of Bihar, तो वहां पे क्या है, सीएस तो काम कर रहे हैं, बट हर सीए क्या है, सीए ऑफिस में बैठा है, कोई क्लाइंट आ रहा है, उनका डाटा भर रहा है। आप कैसे स्ट्रेंथन कर सकते हो? आप जाओ, जो वहां का जोनल हेड है बैंक का, उससे मिलो, ask him कि we want to conduct a session for all the, वो भी चाहेंगे। Actually they are
and sir,
looking for that.
they are also very keen to hear
They
from
are
the chartered
open.
accountants.
Yes,
Then
they are open for it.
every month they are either arranging the meetings or
Yes.
something like that for the get together with the chartered accountants.
Point
They
is
are also
सीए को,
interested in business.
yes, point is सीए को ऑफिस से बाहर निकलना पड़ेगा, उनसे जाके
Correct.
मिलना पड़ेगा। They are doing a lot of, even the local state जो government है, they are doing a lot of programs regarding this, market. They are to implement these kind of policies.
Correct, sir.
Next
And
question.
one more question is, what opportunities exist for the chartered accountants in internal audit and risk management of MSME?
Internal audit, I already
lot of opportunities, I think. It's very
see in the case of internal audit, I already told about the virtual CFO services. In the virtual CFO services, the internal audit also part of the virtual CFO services, where you can guide on them the revenue leakage or any manufacturing process which any leakage, any
even the controls and something like that.
yes. You can help them for automating control in the manufacturing process. Or if the is in service industry, you can help them by drafting the good deeds and contracts with their customers and vendors. These kind of things you can help them by getting these kind of things for them.
Thank you so
It all
much, sir.
depends client to client, what problem he is facing.
It's depend on
Yes. The solution is different for different entity. There is not a common
Not common.
मैं एक दवाई बता दूं, सब में यूज हो जाएगी।
नहीं possible नहीं, not possible.
We have
Otherwise
to-
professional advice का purpose ही
Yes.
finish हो जाएगा.
Yes,
Correct,
yes. Any
Thank you
more
so much,
questions, sir?
It's over, sir. Questions are completed. One more information from the MSME committee.
Yes.
Actually, they are organizing the RRC on startups and role of the chartered accountants as an investment catalyst. It is hosted by the Ahmedabad branch of WIC of ICI, and it is between 4th September to 6th September. Whole arrangement and everything will be done by the institute, and details may be circulated by the committee also, and it has already been circulated, but I request to the committee to circulate to the general members, so that if anyone want to participate in that RRC, he can register himself. Thank you so much. And as we know that conclusion of the today's program, it is pleasant duty to propose a vote of thanks on behalf of the committee of MSME of ICI. I, CRL Bajpayee, sincerely thanks to our learned speaker for sharing the valuable insights, and all the participants for making this session more interactive and meaningful. I also acknowledge the constant support and guidance of the ICI leadership and efforts of the MSME committee team for organizing this program and giving this chance to host as a program as a coordinator. Sir, you have covered each and everything. I think I was not expecting कि इतना लंबा topic है और इसको कैसे आप करोगे. But most of the things you have covered, sir. You have given me the revised definition of MSME, considering the investment and turnover. In first slide, it was very clear, and was very precisely prepared by you. Thank you, sir. And consequences of the MSME, अगर कोई MSME है और out होती है MSME by virtue of the turnover and investment, तो उसके लिए भी consequences आपने brief करे. And all the benefits of the MSME you have already discussed. You have discussed the benefits of the TRIDS portal. It's a very important portal. I heard many times, but मेरे को इतना idea नहीं था. मैंने पहली बार इस तरह से ये चीजें सुनी. And I also heard the MSME समाधान portal. That is very unique portal. I think you have explained very well. Yes. And ODR portal for the digitalization and all that. And detailed, you have covered the CGD basic coverage as a security for the bankers. And no need to give the collateral security as a property and something like that. National single window system, you have covered, sir. It's a
Yes,
very
yes,
unique
yes.
thing. We are not aware about this. So I hope कि ये वेबिनार से हम लोग काफी टेक अवे है हमारे लिए. MSME IPO, I heard some time back, but I was not clear. बट अभी इस पे क्या है ना सर, इतना ब्रीफ पे नहीं समझ में आया. इसको थोड़ा सा हम लोग
Yes,
अलग से
sir.
करने
Actually,
की जरूरत है.
actually में इसके मुझे लगता है हमें एक
एक सेशन
dedicated जो
फुल
है
फुल
session.
सेशन अगली
Yes,
पाठशाला में मैं
yes,
रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा राणा जी से कोई
yes,
और
yes,
सेशन इसको शेड्यूल करेंगे.
yes,
And
yes,
also
yes.
the various you have also well explained about the various opportunities for the chartered accountants in MSME sector. Thank you so much, sir. With these words, I bring today's session of this 67th MSME Pathshala to close. We look forward for your active participation in future session as well. Thank you so much. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai ICI.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for a wonderful session. Thank you, sir. Thank you for
Thank you.
coordinating the
Thank you.
session.
Thank you for acknowledging, sir. You were such a nice host.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much. Both of you.
Thank you, Ravi ji. Thank you, team ICI
Okay.
committee.
Thank you, Ravi
Thank
ji.
you. Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you.
Thank you, tech support team.